Before we proceed with our Game 4 of 9 this October 2025 here on DTL SMC Season 2, moment of silence po muna tayo para manalangin po na tuluyan na pumatuldukan yung ating mga nararanasang mga bagyo at paglindol. At kung sakali mang hindi pa rin maiwasan o mapigilan, maano tayo yung at least maging at ease pa rin tayo sa sa kalinga ng Panginoon. So idulog po natin sa Diyos ang ating kaligtasan sa ating mga natin. Saka makapagsisilin tayo sa mga kasalanan. So but for the meantime, kasabay ng panalangin po natin kontra lindol at mga iba pang sakuna, we'll now have a moment of silence para makiramay sa mga namatayan dahil sa mga naturang sakuna. Thank you very much for your cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, mga kadibat, mga kadetail, at mga katamiya, welcome to another live Tamiya Mini Four-Wheel Drive Racing action coming at you in our continuing coverage on our live stream here at DPAT TV Don Patrick Aguilar on YouTube. Once again, Don Patrick DPAT Aguilar here, proudly bringing you all the Tamiya Mini Four-Wheel Drive Racing action live coming from Barangay Anonas, in the city of Urdaneta, the province of Pangasinan, the Republic of the Philippines. Once again, welcome to DPAT's Tamiya League Stock Motor Conference Season 2. Yosh! Hello mga kadipat and good afternoon to all who are watching this live stream right now, for those who will be watching anytime, and of course good afternoon to all Tamiya Mini 4-Wheel Drive Racing fans across the globe, and hopefully you stay safe and healthy and safe from all harm in being inflicted by the recent cyclones, hurricanes, and especially the killer quakes, of course. So yung mga yung mga lindol na nararanasan po natin the past few weeks, and the more to come, maybe worse than we are experiencing today. Posibleng worse pa yung mga susunod. So hopefully maging maingat pong lahat. Once again, Don Patrick D. Paraguay here at your service, bringing you all the Tamiya Mini 4-Wheel Drive Racing action right here on DCL SMC Season 2. This manic Monday of October 13, 2025. And before we proceed to that, to our exciting Tamiya Mini 4-Wheel Drive Racing action coming at you, open box stock category. That's it. That's why it's called the Stock Motor Conference. It features simply because we feature open box stock racing. Open box stock racing yung category ng ating mga karera. Yan. So before we proceed to that, let's do a quick recap regarding what transpired last run and gun Wednesday of October 8, 2025, and in that on that run and gun Wednesday nitong Game 3, Timac Avatari, Zeta Avatari, Ferreira, Cosmo Atomica, Stargate, and Unicosmos battled it out, raced against each other on that run and gun Wednesday nitong last week. And bago tayo nilindol ng sunod-sunod, bago tayo nakaranas ng mga sunod-sunod na pagyanig, nag-run and gun Wednesday tayo sa ating DCL SMC last Wednesday, and after those 21 races in the elimination round, we got Cosmo Atomica on top, finished on top, and followed by Timac Avatari at second. Third, nagtabla sa third place naman si Avatari at Barrera, but due to the win over the other rule, it went out to be Avatari gaining the tiebreaker over Ferreira, eventually getting the third seed, and Ferreira was relegated to the fourth seed. And in the semifinals matchups were repeat of race number 1 between Cosmo Atomica and Ferreira, but Ferreira won over Cosmo Atomica. And then in the second semifinal matchup, we got The Twin Aero Avantes went at it. Timac Abatari took on Avatari, and Timac Abatari was able to finish 6 laps na walang imbang at natalo si Abatari doon, kinapos, so banderang kapos. Doon naman sa semifinal number 1, which I personally picked as race of the day, yung semis 1 between Cosmo Atomica and Ferreira, and after those first 4 laps, pagdating ng penultimate lap, umiimbang. Final lane changer na sana si Cosmo Atomica, but unfortunately, naimbang. Si Ferreira was able to cruise to the finish line with ease upon finishing 6 laps, and eventually coming back to the championship race against Tima Abatari. So, Ferreira versus Tima Abatari was the championship race match-up. Race for third matchup was Avatari versus Cosmo Atomica versus Avatari, and Avatari was able to escape the wrath of Cosmo Atomica in that race for the bronze, and Avatari with its back-to-back third place finishes last week. Nitong nakarang linggo, dalawang dikit na third place finishes ang natapos ni Iravante, while Ferreira was able to escape Timac Avatari sa rampage on the racetrack, which ended in a course out eventually. And again, Ferreira cruised to the finish line with ease, with a smooth finish over Timac Avatari in the championship race. And Ferreira was able to secure the title. Ferreira is our defending champion coming into today's race day. October 13, 2025. So, yun nga po yung mga naging highlights nitong nakaraang Run and Gun Wednesday natin last October 8, 2025. Bago po yanigin ang buong Pilipinas ng mga sunod-sunod na lindol since October 9. Actually, since October 9, nililindol na po na sunod-sunod yung Ang masaklap nga lang, yung Visayas at Mindanao ang talagang yung pinupuntilya madalas na mga lindol. So, we pray on behalf of the entire DPATS Tamiya and DPAT TV Don Patrick Aguilar. We pray for your safety out there. Yan, mga kababayan natin, mga Cebuano, Dabawenyo, yan. Maayong adlaw, maayong hapon kaninyo tanan. Sa mga kababayan po natin dyan sa Cebu at Davao, sa Visayas, Mindanao at the Southern Islands of the Philippines. Hopefully, sana nga po, hopefully you repent to your you repent to your sins committed and against our fellow brothers and sisters, and as well, and most especially to God, and of course para makapagbagong buhay, so that magtino na nga po yung bansang ito, hopefully nga lang, no? Sana nga makapagsisi na sa kasalanan yung mga nandyan, Alright, so moving on with that remark, and yung podium finishers nga po last October 8, 2025 were Ferreira as champion, the Twin Era Avantes in second and third, Timac Avatari at silver, and Avatari at the bronze honor. Alright, so yun, so ang aggregate scoring natin so far, Timac Avatari now up by 1 against Zeta, Timac Avatari with 5, Zeta and Ferreira actually, Ferreira and Zeta tied at second place with 4 points apiece. Pero dahil may championship si Ferreira ang solo second, si Zeta ang nasa third place kasi dalawang talo sa final. Tapos followed by Papa Roches 3-point output, Avatari has 2. Sopa and the rest have yet to score any aggregate point this month. So without further ado, let's proceed right away with our single round robin, this Manic Monday edition of DCL SMC with yours truly, Don Patrick D. Pereguilar, calling the shots here in our race day number 4 of the scheduled 9 race day of October 2025 on that track layout designed by yours truly here on DCL SMC Season 2. So Tamiya Mini 4-wheel drive racing fans around the world, let's brace ourselves to get ready to rumble here in this Manic Monday edition today. First up, we have here our race number 1. Okay, so I have to put my flash on. Alright, so here na is our race number 1 matchup. It's going to be Cosmo Atomica taking on Stargek to start off our festivities this Manic Monday edition. And in our race number 1, we got the starting lane of the higher seeded cars will be at the lane 2 first. So lahat ng odd numbered races, ang higher seed ay nasa lane 2. Ang even number races will be at lane 1 or the blue lane. So, dahil race number 1, odd number, lane 2 ang starting lane ng higher seed. So, the red lane So in this case, it's going to be Cosmo Atomica starting at your red lane or lane 2, which is actually at my right. If I look right there, if you're facing to the right, it's on your, it's on my right. In my side, it's on my right. That's lane 2. Lane 1 is on my left. Okay, so for this race number 1, to start off our Manic Monday edition today, we got Cosmo Atomica starting at lane 2 and Stargex starting at lane 1. Again, it's Stargex starting at lane 1 and Cosmo Atomica starting at lane 2 to kick off our Manic Monday festivities here this afternoon on IPAT's Tamiya League Stock Motor Conference Season 2. Ladies and gentlemen, mga ka-tipat, mga ka-detail at mga ka-Tamiya, let's begin our festivities right away with this race number 1. Ready, set, bye! Sino ba nga nun? Good. Okay, okay. Biglang bilis. Biglang bilis Chorogoy. Biglang bumilis. Game. Si Cosmo ang unang lalaban kaya rematch agad ng semifinal mamaya sa race number 4. Magtatapat na kagad si Cosmo Atomica at si Ferreira later on in our race number 4. First course out went out to be Cosmo Atomica. Too fast for its own good. Race number 2. Right away. Let's just do the best that we can to finish this early simply because your host here, yung inyo pong lingkod na si Dipat Aguilar, pagod pa from a grueling speed tech race event. By the way, before we continue, I want to shout out to Magaldang Speed Tech Racers led by Boss Beats, Bernard de Guzman, and Abner Moyano. Kay Abs, shout out. Also kay na Boss Jeremy Abolencia, kay Boss Raymond Ferrer, yan. At sa iba pa natin mga kalaro, si Nabray at saka si, yung iba pang mga naging kalaro. Of course, also to Team Eat Unwind Tamiya, led by RJ Peronce, Jervis Roses, Artemio Wasaroca Paragas, Kirby Michael De Luna also, shout out. Also kay Junior Prudencio Barbosa Jr. ng Team Malasiki, Vince Dominic, Matthew Macaraeg, CJ Eribe, yan, among others also. Sa Asingan Racing Team, shout out din kina Mark Dizon Escorpizo, Sherwin Ballesteros, kay Tatang Chris Canilao who will celebrate his birthday tomorrow. Advance happy birthday by the way to Tatang Chris Canilao Jr. of Team Asingan Tamiya Racers. Yan, isa ring D-Max racer as well. Nung nawala yung pro stock, doon na siya nag-concentrate. Pero may back stock pa naman siguro siya. Ewan ko lang. Tsaka kay Ray Tombok din, shout out. Ang dami ko na shout out tuloy. Shout out na. At least just so you know na meron tayong live sa detail. Alright, so let's proceed right away. Once again pala, advance happy birthday kay Tatang Chris Canilao bukas. And today naman, kay Aisha Aguilar Andaya, kay Triple A. Happy birthday today, October 13, kay Aying. Birthday niya pala ngayon. Alright, race number 2 right away. We now feature Avatari taking on Zeta in our race number 2. And for our race number 2, we got Avatari starting at lane 1, Zeta at lane 2. Again, Avatari starting at lane 1, Zeta starting at lane 2 in this race number 2. Alimaw. Ready, set, bye. Off, hit. Hit. Foul. Foul. Hole. Hole ang kalabit. Na-foul. Na-foul si Zeta ron. So it was quick. That race number 2 was quick. Siguro mga 2 seconds lang ang nangyari. Around a couple of seconds or more or less a couple of seconds before we declare an outright winner. And that's going to be Avatari emerging victorious over Zeta after that accident. Aksidente yung nangyari. Avatari won over Zeta. First hit. First hit yun. Hit. Avatari, panalo. Nakatama kasi si Zeta eh. Nung na-flip over siya sa lane changer, ayun. Tumama kay Avatari, patakbo pa lang siya doon, wala na. Parang yun nangyari nung race for the bronze earlier. Ganun yung, nung Wednesday. Ganun yung nangyari nung race for the bronze eh. Biglang wala pang one lap, biglang suko agad si Cosmo Atomic, palibasa lane 2 siya eh. Di ba sa Wednesday, palitan ko yung curve. Pagpapalitan ko lang yung dalawang curve at the right side of your screen. Papalitan ko yung dalawang itim. Na. Okay, race number 3. Natamo niya ako ng chicharon. Race number 3, we now feature Team Avatari taking on Papa Roach. So it's a race, limited edition car kits in our race number 3. And for this matchup, it's a contrast to what their respective colors are, ang kanilang mga respective starting lane. Lane 1 for Papa Roach, that's the blue lane. And at the red lane or lane 2, it's Team Avatari. Again, Papa Roach starting at lane 1. Team Avatari starting at lane 2 in this race number 3. Ready, set, bite. Good. Grabe yung ball pin bag dito eh. Nice. Drop. Draw game. Tumirik si Team Avatari. Biglang tumirik. Draw yon, pero si Team Avatari ang first score sa malamang nag-grab up na naman yung niya, battery. Sabi ko na yung baterya na naman eh. Sabi ko na eh. Baterya na naman. Pumulupot na naman yung baterya sa propeller. Buinas. Natatanggal na yung niya, touch tape. Kasi yun lang ang pwede na yun yung pwedeng pambalot sa baterya para hindi matanggal yung label. Yung label. Kasi yung pag may natanggal na label, yun, under our rules, our international rule, batteries that have been tampered are disqualified. DQ. DQ po, yung mga tampered, batteries have been, that are tampered, that have been tampered, are disqualified to enter the race or to join or to compete. Disqualified to be used for competitions. Yung mga tampered batteries. At least part of the label must be visible. At least part of the label must be visible. Yan, kailangan visible. Ibig sabihin, kailangan nakadikit po yung kailangan yung label ng battery mo must remain intact doon sa baterya. Ngayon, para hindi siya matanggal, the best way to do that is to put a laminating film. Laminating film that's transparent. It has to be transparent. It has to be transparent. Kasi Team Avatari pala yung loser. Draw yon with Team Avatari course out first. Biglang huminto eh. Huminto lang kasi napulupot yung baterya. Yung scotch tape ng baterya. That's the culprit. That's the culprit of that shutdown. Na-shutdown siya. Race number 4. Race number 4, right away, we got here the rematch from the previous semifinals number 1 last Wednesday, yung mahigpit na laban. Tingnan natin kung maging mahigpit na laban pa rin tong labanan ni na Ferreira at ni Cosmo Atomica in our race number 4. Rematch from the previous semifinals round. And in this matchup, race of the day last Wednesday, yun yung napili kong race of the day nitong nakarang Miyerkules ay ang semifinals number 1. So, pakitingnan na lang po, paki-view na lang po yan sa aking YouTube channel, Deepat TV. Alright, in our race number 4, we got Ferreira versus Cosmo Atomica. And in this matchup, Ferreira starting at lane 1, Cosmo Atomica lane 2. Again, Cosmo Atomica back at lane 2 as its starting lane, and Ferreira will be starting here at lane 1 in our race number 4. Ready, set, fight. Good. Tapos yung Magnum Tornado. Logan, ganun din. Same old draw game. Cosmo first out first. So si Ferreira tatapat kay Papa Roach mamaya. Draw. Ferreira draw. Course out first first course out si Cosmo Atomica in case of tie. In case of a two-way tie. Damn. Race number 5. Alright, let's try to finish this quick. Race number 5, we got here Avatari versus Target. Avatari versus Target for our race number 5. And in this matchup, it's going to be Avatari starting at lane 2, Target at lane 1. So that's contrast to the respective that's opposite to the respective colors ang kanilang mga respective starting lane. Avatari at lane 2 or red lane, and Stargate at lane 1 or the blue lane in this race number 5. Ready, set, fight. Final lane there. Still good. Final lap. Winner. Okay. Cut now. Interview. Pasaway. Pasaway ka pa. Sunugin ko na yung motor brass pasaway na Avatari, winner over Stargate. Alright. Cosmos Target next. Ay, tapos na. Tapos na pala. Sa Avatari na, winner. So, loser ang aantay ni Stargate pala. Avatari won. 2 wins. Pero ito talagang race. This time naman yung panalo ni Avatari, legit na race. Legit race talaga. Next, race 6. Race number 6. We got here Tamiya Avatari versus Zeta. In race number 6 between Tamiya Avatari and Zeta, we got Tamiya Avatari starting at lane 1, Zeta at lane 2. Again, lane 2 for Zeta, and lane 1 for Tamiya Avatari as their respective starting lanes in this race number 6. Ready, set, bye. Oh, yun lang. Final lane changer. Okay. Draw game. Again, Tamiya Avatari first course out. Loser. First EO, Tamiya Avatari. Zeta awaiting the winner of the next match. First course out to Zeta dito. 1 point. Zeta 1 point. Alright. Race number 7. Race number 7. That's Myrtle Sarosa's number. That's Myrtle's birthday. 7. Shout out to my ultimate crush and my ultimate love of my life, Myrtle Sarosa as well. I love you so much and take care always. Yan. Saan ka mamaparon? God bless you and take care always as well. Love ya. Race number 7, we got here Pereira taking on Paparoch. And in our race number 7 matchup, we got Pereira starting at lane 2, Paparoch at lane 1. So Pereira will start at its own color, that's the red lane, and that's lane 2. Again, Pereira starting at lane 2, and Paparoch starting at lane 1 in this race number 7. Ready, set, bye. Adugin! Ah! Okay. Winner. Hit na yun, hit. Talagang mag-hit na yun. Wala na, salubong ko na si Paparoch. Hit na yun, hit. Definitely magkakaroon na ng hit yun, kaya inawat ko na. Bago pa magkaroon ng aksidente. Pero for sure naman hit yun. Kaya pinulag ko na kagad. That's it. Paparoch winner over Ferreira. Alright. Panalo si Paparoch. Loser winner. Okay. Paparoch winner over Ferreira. That's a hit. Considered hit na yon. Talaga magkaka-hit yan eh. Expected na yon. Inaasahan na siyang Inaasahan ng magkatamaan eh. So that's the second hit of the afternoon. Second hit of the afternoon. Race number 8. Alright. Race number 8. Race for third rematch. Rematch from the previous bronze medal race. In our race number 8, we got here Avatari taking on Cosmo Atomica. So it's Aero Avante versus Cosmo Sonic for our race number 8. Rematch from the previous race for third. And then this matchup, it's going to be Avatari starting at lane 1, Cosmo Atomica starting at lane 2. So that's identical with the respective colors. The red lane or lane 2, that's for Cosmo Atomica to start. And Avatari starting at the blue lane or lane 1 in this race number 8. Ready, set, bye. Naduk to go. Good. Aba, sakto ah. Penultimate lap. Final lap. Yon, change lane. Roging. Change lane. Nag-change lane po siya. Instead na tumalon doon, napunta doon sa inner lane. Dapat dito siya po, doon sa bandang kanan pupuntang kumaliwa. Biglang cambio kaliwa, napunta doon. So that is a change lane, considered draw. First of course, Cosmo, Ferreira, done. So si Avatari ng lalaban kay Ferreira. Cosmo, first course out sino bang first course out doon? Cosmo. Tama, Cosmo. First course out si Cosmo Atomica. Pero draw pa rin. Sayang, ang ganda na sana ng momentum ni Avatari, nadali lang eh. Okay, sip. Let's sip for a while. Let's sip for a little while. Let's have some Coke. Okay, that's better. It's much better. Race number 9. Race number 9 will now feature another race between the limited edition car kits. That's going to be T-Mac Avatari, the Aero Avante T-Mac 2024 Special going up against the race number 9. And in this matchup, it's going to be T-Mac Avatari starting at lane 2, starting at lane 1. So that's contrast to their respective colors, yung kanilang mga respective starting lanes. It's going to be the blue lane or lane 1 for Stargate and the red lane or lane 2 for T-Mac Avatari as starting lanes in this race number 9. Ready, set, bye. Laro game. Ano yung kanina? Last score shot. First score shot. Yun. First score shot, Team Makabatari. Draw game. Stargate, Team Mac, draw. Tapos first score shot si Team Mac. Puro first score shot si Team Mac ah. Aray ko. It's going to be Spider versus Cockroach in our race number 10, featuring Zeta, the big spider, going up against Slash Reaper, Papa Roach. So it's Spider versus Cockroach rivalry once again for our race number 10. And it's going to be, and in this matchup, we got Zeta starting at lane 1, Papa Roach starting at lane 2. Again, Papa Roach at lane 2, Zeta at lane 1, as their respective starting lanes. Race number 10. Ready, set, bye. Good. Final lane changer. Go. Natuks to go. Chooks to go. Na chooks to go. No game. Na chooks to go. Ano ba yun? First course out, last course out. Stargate, Paparosh, di pa tapos. Yun. Draw game. Zeta Paparosh, Zeta first course out. Na chooks to go. Aray ka ba? Race number 11. Race number 11. Right away, we feature Ferreira taking on Avatari. Alright, in our race number 11, it's red versus, it's a traditional rivalry of red and blue. For our race number 11, wherein Ferreira will start at lane 2. Avatari starting at lane 1, so that's identical with their respective colors. The red lane or lane 2, that's the starting lane for Ferreira, and Avatari will be starting at its own color, which is the blue lane, that is lane 1. Race number 11. Ready, set, fight. Adoken! Sengo! Adoken! Tugi! Na rider kick! By the way, yung Facebook reel pa lang yun ha, 500 plus na, over 500 yung rider kick. Ano ba yun kanina? Last course out, first course out. Pereira, first course out. Avatari's remaining assignments will be Team Avatari and Papa Roach pala. Yun ang mga remaining assignments niya pala. Pereira, Avatari, draw. With Avatar, with the first course out, Pereira. First course out, Pereira. Race number 12. Race number 12 will now feature Team Avatari going up against Cosmo Atomica. So that's another rivalry of AR and front motor. Rear motor versus front motor, AR versus FMA this time. Earlier, it was AR versus Super FM Carbon. This time naman, FMA naman ang kalaban ng AR. In our race number 12, it's going to be Team Avatari start at lane 1, lane 2, as the starting lane of Cosmo Atomica. So that's again identical to their respective colors. At the blue lane or lane 1, that's Team Avatari's starting lane. And Cosmo Atomica will be starting at the red lane or lane 2 in this race number 12. Ready, set, fight! Ayun, suwabi na. Waraga pa tumbang gerang bang geng 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 geng. Final lane changer. Adukin! Drogen! Nakukin, talsik talaga eh. Boink! Maxel man na yun, Maxel. Bugong! Darag! Pereira first. Last call sa Cosmo. Tapos na. Ayun, dito na. Oh, last two assignments na. Si Abatari, last assignment niya. T-Mac, tsaka ano, approach pala. Oh, yun na yun. Okay, draw. First course out, si T-Mac. First course out ulit, T-Mac. Puro tabla. Aray ko po. Tapos, puro mga kulelat. Zeta, Papa Roach na lang pala yung natitirang assignment niya, no? Cosmatomy ka. Okay, inom ulit. Race star team. Papa Roach, start it. Race number 13 na po tayo. It's going to be Starkick versus Papa Roach. Again, a race between the limited edition car kits, Merline edition Stargate taking on the Slash Reaper Clear Orange Special, Papa Roach. And in this matchup, it's going to be Stargate starting at lane 2, Papa Roach at lane 1. Again, it's Stargate starting at lane 2, Papa Roach starting at lane 1 in this race number 13. Ready, set, fight! Oh, sabay pa. Inconclusive, sabay eh. Sabay na umembang. So, ulit tayo. Ulit. Ready, set, bye. Okay. Penultimate lap. Final lap. Okay. Draw game. Ganda na sana. Ang ganda na sana eh. Draw game. Nevertheless, it's still a draw. Kanina kasi sabay silang umimbang kaya inabuti natin i-restart. Pwede lang mag-restart pag parehong imbang. Kung parehong imbang, pwede mag-start. So that conclusive. Inconclusive, ano kasi yan eh, inconclusive declaration of draw. So, dapat i-restart siya. Sabay kasing umembang. Ano yung last na ano doon? T-Map, Cosmo. First course up. Last course up. Cosmo, Papa Roach. Yun, tama. Cosmo, Papa Roach. Draw between draw pala. Pero sinong first course out doon? Stargate, di ba? Biglang momentum si Stargate di oras eh. Darag. Race number 14 right away. We got here the race between the Let's and Go villains. Yung mga kontrabida sa Let's and Go magkalaban sa ating race number 14. Ferreira the Brocken Gigant taking on the Big Spiders. So it's Brocken Gigant versus Big Spider in our race number 14. And then this matchup, Ferreira will be starting at lane 1, Zeta at lane 2. Again, Zeta starting at lane 2, Ferreira starting at lane 1 in this race number 14. Ready, set, fight. Yun, patay. Go! Welcome back. Natulumi. Natulumi. Nasigawan ng tulumi. Draw game. Wait. Sino ba yung mga hindi pa nakalaban ni Zeta? Ni Stargate. Si Zeta. Pareho. Ay, oh. Ano yan? Ano yung last kanina? Last. First course out. Sinong first course out? Zeta. Zeta ang first course out. Ayan. Draw. Zeta Pereira. Biglang nagbilisan yung mga auto natin First course out, Zeta. Umembang doon sa lane changer biglang nasaliwa yung landing niya Alright. It's now time for our rivalry of the Twin Aero Avantes in our race number 15 as Team Avatari takes on its fellow Aero Avante Avatari. So the limited edition and the OG colliding once again in our race number 15, and then this matchup is going to be Team Avatari starting at lane 2. Avatari will be starting at its own car, which is the blue lane, and that's lane 1. Again, Avatari starting at lane 1, Team Avatari starting at lane 2. It's race number 15. Ready, set, bye. Ay, patay. Loko, droge. Tarak! Laya yun. Yun. Bro. Bro ulit. Una kong membang si Timak. Ulit. First course out na naman si Timak. Ang dami ng first course out niya Timak. Pereira, last assignment. Pereira, last assignment ni Timak. Red. Sino yung may red? Timak. Last assignment for Avatari, Paparoch. Alright. Race number 16. The Agent Orange. Yung mga Agent Orange natin magkalaban sa ating race number 16. It's going to be Cosmo Atomica taking on Paparoch. The Orange Army going at it in our race number 16. And for this matchup, it's going to be Cosmo Atomica starting at lane 1, Paparoch at lane 2. Again, Paparoch at lane 2, Cosmo Atomica at lane 1 as their respective starting lanes in this race number 16. Ready, set, fight. Good. Attack. Good. Medyo umina. Last lane changer. Okay. Again. Draw again. Draw. Draw. Paparoch last. Draw ulit. Cosmo, Paparoch, draw. Last assignment for Cosmo, Zeta. Paparoch, Cosmo, draw. Pero sinong first course out? Cosmo na naman. First course out, Cosmo. Inom ulit. Down to our last 5 races. Alright. Stargex last assignment will be against Ferreira. And then Zeta's last assignment, Cosmo. Alright. Walang problema pala. Okay. Race number 17 will now be feature Stargex versus Zeta. Stargex versus Zeta for our race number 17. So it's a race between the Super 2 chassis machines. So parehong DPH. So I have to sit for a little while. Upo muna ako saglit. Kahit ganito lang. Alright. So in our race number 17, we got Stargate going up against Zeta as another rivalry between the Super 2 chassis machines is about to happen here. And in this matchup, it's going to be Stargate. Itong si Stargate will start at lane 2. Zeta at lane 1. Higher seed kasi si Stargate dito. Again, Stargate at lane 2. Zeta at lane 1 as their respective starting lanes in this race. Number 17. Ready, set, fight. Go. Go game. Aray ko po. Panay Embang. Embang Legends. Welcome to Embang Legends. Hindi Mobile Legends, kundi Embang Legends. Erig. Zeta Stargate. First course out Stargate. Draw game. Next. Rematch from the previous championship race. Itong ating race number 18. So, mangyayari na yung rematch from the previous championship race. Ating race number 18. Ferreira going up against Team Avatari in our race number 18. So, that's the final assignment for Team Avatari. Ferreira still has one. That's against Target later. So, race number 21 na yun. Ferreira versus Target. Alright. So in our race number 18, it's going to be Ferreira starting at lane 1, Team Avatari starting at lane 2. So that's opposite to their respective colors, yung kanilang mga starting lanes. Ferreira starting at the blue lane or lane 1, and at the red lane or lane 2, that's going to be Team Avatari starting with it. Alright, rematch from the previous championship race in our race number 18. Ready, set, fight. Ferreira with a quick start. Oh, Avatari catching up and leading. Oy. Avatari in the lead. Team Avatari in the lead. Two-wheel bump. Oh, sorry. First course out, Ferreira. Sa wakas. Sa wakas, Ferreira, first course out. First course out, Ferreira. Aray ko. So, Team Avatari will finish its single round robin campaign today with all draws. So, lahat draw. Buti na lang dun sa last draw na yon, si Ferreira ang unang course out. Ferreira, panay embang Sabi ko sa inyo, Embang Legends to eh. Welcome to Embang Legends. Sabi ang stock motor di embang. Ayan lang, sagot. Umembang din. Parang pro stock din yung takbuhan eh. Darug! Race number 19, right away we got here Avatari taking on Papa Roach. So it's another rivalry of Era Avante and Slash Reaper in our race number 19. And for this race, for this race, it's going to be Avatari starting at lane 2, Papa Roach at lane 1. So that's opposite to their respective colors. Again, Papa Roach starting at the blue lane or lane 1. Avatari will be starting at the red lane or lane 2 in this race number 19. Ready, set, fight. Maraming nabukin. Good. Final lane changer, let's see. Oh! What is stability right there? Final lap. And that's a wrap. Touchdown! Touchdown! Gotcha! Tama ka na. Gotcha! Alright. Wrapping up the single round robin in style is Avatari defeating Papa Roach. Ending its single round robin campaign today with a win. Alright. Avatari wagi. Tatapusing panalo ang walang red mark. Wala ring first course out. Ibang klase. Si Papa Roach nalamatan ng pula. Aray ko. Aray ko po. Pero mukhang papasok pa rin yan siguro. Tingnan natin mamaya. Penultimate race of our single round robin today. We got here Cosmo Atomica versus Zeta. Battle of Champion of the Month ang ating race number 20. And in this matchup, it's going to be Cosmo Atomica starting at lane 1, Zeta at lane 2. Once again, it's Zeta starting at lane 2, Cosmo Atomica starting at lane 1 in this 20th and penultimate race of the single round robin this Manic Monday edition. Ready, set, fight. Go hit. Good. Still good. Pwede pa yun. Ang galing eh. Penultimate lap. Let's see the final lap. Okay, okay. Wala rin. Wala pa. Wala rin. Wala rin. Bumitin yung Magdong Tornado eh. Eh, maganda rito sa layout na to, pwede mag-Magdong Tornado eh. Pero, first course out, Zeta. First course out, Zeta. Draw game, puro draw si Zeta. Ganon din, pare sila ni ano. Ewan ko lang si Pereira kung ganon din mamaya. Panay draw lahat oh. Timak Avatari, tsaka Cosmo Atomica, panay draw. So, paramihan na lang ng ano yan, first course out. Paramihan ng first course out. Pwede naman ganon. Ilan ang first course out niya? 5, 4. Mas konti. Mas konti yung first course out ni Cosmo. So, therefore, may tiebreaker si Cosmo. Mamaya. Finally, but definitely not the least, is our race number 21 featuring Ferreira versus Stark. Alright, in our 21st and final race of the elimination round today, we got Ferreira taking on Scarlet, and in this matchup, Ferreira will be starting at its own color, which is the red lane. That's lane 2. And Stargate will be starting at lane 1. Again, Stargate starting at lane 1, Ferreira starting at lane 2 in this 21st and final race of the elimination round this Monday afternoon. Ready, set, bye. Okay. Na-choose to go. Na-choose to go sa labas ng ring. Dragon, Pereira, first course out. Alright, panay quote up. Panay Embang Legends. Malamang, Avatari na number 1. Number 2 si ano, Paparoch. Paparoch number 2. Sigurado na, Avatari, Paparoch, top 2. Eh sila lang may panalo eh. Kasi may pinakamaraming talo dyan. Ay hindi, sunod-sunod yung mga talo pala. Stargate, Pereira, draw. Pereira, first course out. Alright. So that wraps up our 21 races in our elimination round for today's Manic Monday afternoon edition of DTL SMC Season 2. So, pagbalik po natin, ayun na, i-tabulate lang po. So, during the break, mag-tabulate po muna tayo for the meantime. Tabulating and finalizing the top 4, the final 4 standing, going to the knockout stage of this race day. And of course, to be followed right away by semifinals matches or semifinals races, race for the bronze and championship race. All these and more when DPAT's Tamiya League Season 2 Stock Motor Conference returns after a short break. Alright mga ka-Dipat, mga ka-DTL at mga ka-Tamiya, ladies and gentlemen, Tamiya Mini 4-Wheel Drive fans around the world, Don Patrick D. Pelagada here, bringing you back to DPAT's Tamiya League Stock Motor Conference Season 2's continuing live coverage on DPAT TV, Don Patrick Aguilar on YouTube. And of course, I remind everyone to please like, follow, share, subscribe. For those who are still new to this YouTube channel, please like, follow, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, DPAT TV, Don Patrick Aguilar. Click the notification bell to get notifications from yours truly, DPAT Aguilar for DPAT TV. And also, also please like, follow, share, and subscribe to my other social media platforms. That's at DPAT Tamiya League on TikTok and DPAT Tamiya League on Facebook. Also, DPAT Aguilar and An Evening with DPAT Aguilar as well on Facebook. Yeah. Alright, so we have already finalized the standings, the final standing after the 21 races in the single round robin. We got Avatari topping the list with a total of 9 points. That's a trio of wins and draws. A triangle of wins and draws. Tigatlong panalo tabla po si Avatari, making it a total of 9, topping the charts after 21 races in the single round robin, followed by Papa Roach with 6 points total. Actually, it's a three-way tie. It's a three-way tie in the second spot. But since Papa Roach got only one win against none of T-Mac Avatari and Cosmo Atomica, therefore Papa Roach will gain the tiebreaker between the three of them, and Papa Roach will be relegated as the second seeded car. Cosmo Atomica and T-Mac Avatari, the other two tied with Papa Roach at 6 points apiece. But when it comes to number of course outs, it was actually Cosmo Atomica with less first course outs. T-Mac Avatari has 5 of the 6 draws with first course out. So, isa nga dun sa limang first na course out. Pag sinabing first course out, unang umimbang. Unang umimbang yon. Unang umimbang si T-Mac Avatari sa duelo nila ni Cosmo Atomica. Kung kaya naman, si T-Mac Avatari nalagay sa lower seed. So, for this matter, it's going to be Cosmo Atomica garnering the third seed. T-Mac Avatari will be garnering the fourth and final semifinals slot. So, yon, magkakaroon ng duelo sa pagitan ng mga Orange Army Cars at ng mga kambal na Aero Avantes. The twin Aero Avantes will go at it in our semifinals number 2. Avatari versus T-Mac Avatari. That's 1 versus 4 matchup in our semifinals number 2. First semifinals matchup will be Papa Roach number 2 versus number 3 Cosmo Atomica. So that's a race between Agent Oranges. Yung mga Agents Orange. So Orange Agents magkalaban sa ating semifinals number 1. Tapos yung kambal na Aero Avante sa semifinals number 2. Unfortunately naman, Stargate finished 5th, Pereira finished 6th, and Zeta finished dead last. So, tig 5 puntos sila, tig isang talo, 5 tabla. So, lahat silang tatlo. So, yung pinakamaraming course out ay sina Pereira at Zeta, pero unang umimbang si Zeta kay Top Pereira, kung kaya naman nalagay sa dead last si Zeta. Tapos si Pereira tumapos na number 6, si Stargate tumapos na panlima, pero dalawang first course out lang. So yun yung nangyari. So kasado na po yung ating semifinals cast. It's Avatari, Papa Roach, Cosmo Atomica, and T-Mac Avatari making it to the knockout rounds. So without further ado, let's proceed right away with our knockout stage, featuring our first semifinals matchup. The first semifinals matchup right away will feature number 2 Papa Roach going up against number 3. So the Orange Army, the Agent Orange, Orange Agents going at it in our first of 2 semifinals races for today's Manic Monday edition of BCL SMC Season 2. And for this matchup is going to be Papa Roach starting at lane 1, Cosmo Atomica at lane 2. Again, Cosmo Atomica starting at lane 2, Papa Roach will be starting at lane 1. Alright. Alright mga ka-Dipas, mga ka-details, mga ka-Tamiya, ladies and gentlemen, you're still watching our live and continuing live streaming of Dipas Tamiya League Stock Motor Conference Season 2 this Manic Monday of October 13, 2025. And as well, mga ka-Dipas, without further ado, let's now proceed right over with our knockout stage featuring first our semifinals, number 1. Ready, set, fight. Relays, last one. Relays, last car. Last car standing. Last car standing. One zero. Pantera. Pantera. Minor adjustments. Bago tayo mag last car. Isang re-race na lang po sa ating knockout rounds, we only have one re-race or restart. We only have one rerun. At that lone rerun or lone re-race, the last car standing concept will be applied here to determine the winner. Alright? So, without further ado, let's proceed right away with our re-race in our semifinals. Number 1, last car standing. Ready, set, bye. Okay, winner. Final. Papa Roach will enter the finals. Okay, last car standing. Sumabit kasi si Cosmo Atomica. That's it. Kasi Papa Roach sumakbo-takbo pa. Alright, so ganun lang kadali yung ating semifinal. Ganun lang kadali yung ating knockout races. Alright, so it's going to be Papa Roach emerging victorious over Cosmo Atomica to return to the championship race for today's edition. Alright. Next, semifinals 2. Semifinals number 2 right away. Yan. Baka bigla pang lumindol ng di oras, kaya bibilisan na po natin. Alright, semifinals number 2 will now feature the top-seeded car Aero Avante taking Avatari. The top-seeded car Avatari going up against the 4th-seeded car T-Mac Avatari. So it's the original taking on the limited edition in our semifinals number 2. Wherein Avatari will start at lane 2, T-Mac Avatari, lane 1. Again, T-Mac Avatari starting at lane 1. T-Mac Avatari, T-Mac Avatari starting at lane 1, Avatari at lane 2. Palibasa kasi bago yung mga makina eh. Bago yung makina ni Avatari, kaya ganun na lang kamamaw eh. Pero, suwabe. Suwabe naman. Alright. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, mga ka-Dipas, mga ka-details, mga ka-Tamiya and all Tamiya Mini 4-wheel drive fans around the world. Let's brace ourselves for our semifinals, number 2. Final lane changer. Still good. Final lap. Swabe na oh. Touchdown. Touchdown. No re-race needed. No re-race needed. So the top 2 finishers at the end of our elimination round today will go at it in our championship race as Avatari, the original Aero Avante, prevailing over the limited edition Aero Avante T-Mac Avatari. Alright, so Avatari versus Papa Roach for our championship race. Right after this race for the bronze between Cosmo Atomica, the 3rd-seeded car, and the 4th-seeded car, T-Mac Avatari. So, race for the bronze na po tayo kagad. We have to speed up the process. So we just have to speed up the process. And in our race for the bronze, it's race for third is going to Cosmo Atomica starting at lane 1. Team Makabatari this time, lane 2. Again, Team Makabatari starting at lane 2, Cosmo Atomica starting at lane 1. Mm-hmm. Yum. Alright. Daming istorbong kambing. Natap. Alright mga kadipak, ladies and gentlemen, mga kadetail, mga katamiya, time now for our race for the bronze for our Manic Monday edition today on DTL SMC Season 2. First to make 6 laps. Ready, set, bye. Ay, nakabitin pa. Abutin! Ilang bilis lang? Ay, yun lang, re-race. Re-race pa more. Nagkapag-asa pa. Nadaan sa dasal eh. Nadaan sa dasal mga kadipat. Holy smoke. Prayer answered. Answered prayer from Cosmo Atomica, giving one last chance to get the loan point on aggregate to be added today, to be added this month. Okay. Wala na, ikaw na maihipan to eh. Bantay sarado yung mga kain eh. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, mga kadipat, mga kadetail, mga katamiya, here now is our restart in our race for the bronze. Last car standing concept here will be applied to determine the bronze honor, or the bronze honoree rather. Ready, set, bye. Emang. Oh, unahan. Okay, winner! Woohoo! Winner! Winner! Pumembang! Sa imbangan lang pala wala. Sa bagay yan si Team Makabatari, mapahabulan man o imbangan, matatag. Ibang klase. Bihira kung makitang imbang to siya Team Makabatari. Sa lahat ng of all the times na pinatakbo ko ito mga kadipat, itong Era Abante Team 2024, wala. Walang imbang. Ako meron man siguro sa mga umpisa. Pero pagdating ng mga duluhan, okay pa rin Pero kapos lang. Unfortunately nga lang nagkapos. Once again, shout out to Sherwin Balesteros. Doon ko nakakuha itong Era Abante T-Mac 2024. Sa kanya ko nabili. Ayun, naging asset ko tuloy. This car unit was has turned out to be one of my assets when it comes to Tamiya Mini 4-wheel drive racing competitions in the box stock category. So, to culminate, it's race day. Team Makabatari garnering a third place finish upon beating Cosmo Atomica. So, back-to-back fourth place finishes para kay Cosmo Atomica at si Team Makabatari this time ang kukuha ng third place finish. Baklase! Grabe, hinihingal ako doon Sayang nga lang, naubos ko na yung coke. Ipit na ako. Alright. Our much-awaited championship race will now happen in just a few moments with the top-seeded car, Avatari, taking on the second-seeded car, Papa Roach. And Avante taking on Slash Reaper, a limited edition Slash Reaper in our championship race to culminate our festivities here in our Manic Monday edition of DCL SMC Season 2. And for this championship race matchup, It's going to be Avatar is starting at lane 2, Papa Roach lane 1. Again, Papa Roach will be starting at the blue lane or lane 1, and Avatar will be starting at the red lane or lane 2. So that's opposite to their respective colors. Alright. It's blue against red, blue against orange this time around. Isang Agent Orange at isang Aero Abante ang magkalaban sa ating championship race at sa race for third din earlier. Let's see if Papa Roach can get its second title, second championship for the month. Let's see. Si Avatari, will this be its first this month? Let's see this. Alright, you gotta see this, ladies and gentlemen, mga kadipat, mga kaditil, at mga katamiya. And of course, to all Tamiya Mini 4-Wheel Drive fans around the world, to my fellow racers, let's get ready to rumble here in this championship race to culminate our festivities in our Manic Monday edition of DPAT's Tamiya League Stock Motor Conference, Season 2. First, to make 6 laps. Ready, set, fight! Oi! Good! Oi, suave! 10 over lap! Final lap! Oh, that was good! And that's it!
Anak, hindi ko na yun dito yung payo ko. Kanina.
Alright, so before we announce the winner, buti na nga lang natapos yung championship race natin when unexpected visitor came. So mga kadipat, ayun nga po, ibang klase yung naging labanan natin. Sayang nga lang, umimbang kagad si Avatari on that last championship race. And Papa Roach was able to stabilize itself and eventually finishing 6 laps with ease. Again, second championship for October 2025 for Papa Roach Avatari. Another adversary. That was with yet another adversary in Avatari this time around. Alright. So, doon na natapos yung race natin. So, mga kadipat, ayan, to culminate our festivities here tonight, yan na nga po yung ano natin. Ayan nating, what do you call this? So, yun yung ano natin, doon na natin natapos yung ating Manic Monday edition. So, quick recap before we close out this live stream of DTL SMC Season 2. Alright, so we got here, we had Ferreira, Team Avatari, Cosmo Atomica, Stargeek, Zeta, and Papa Roach battled it out. And yun nga po, ang nangyari, after 21 races of the single round robin, Avatari topped the charts with as the top seeded car. Then Papa Roach followed it up as the second seeded car. Then Cosmo Atomica as third and Team Avatari as fourth. So yun po yung naging top 4 po natin. Avatari, Papa Roach, Cosmo Atomica, Team Avatari. Then in the semifinals match, the Orange Agents win at it. Cosmo Atomica number 3 versus number 2 Papa Roach. And Papa Roach was able to win it. In our semifinals number 2, the Twin Aero Avantes win at it. And Avatari was able to beat Team Avatari. Yan. So dun sa Orange Agents, ang nangyari doon sa Orange Army rivalry, last car standing ang kinailangan. Kinailangan ng last car standing. Doon sa semis 2, na gana naman si Avatari, tumapos na 6 laps. And then sa race for the bronze, Cosmo Atomica versus Team Mac Avatari, last car standing ulit. At nanalo si Team Mac Avatari, and in the championship race, no re-race needed. Papaloch was able to beat Avatari right in the first lap. Si Avatari ay sumabit kagad kasi ano siya, lane 2 top seed. Top seed kasi tapos lane 2. So pag buwelo doon sa kaliwa, yun sumabit, nawalan ng balance. And somehow si Papa Roach was able to manage its stability and eventually winning it, cruising to the finish line with ease, and back at the championship throne is Papa Roach. Alright. So after final yung final results po natin, podium finishes po natin today will be Papa Roach as champion, Avatari as second placer, and Team Mac Avatari as third placer. So nagpalitan ngayon sina Avatari at Team Mac Avatari this time around. Third naman si Team Mac Avatari this time, then si Avatari umangat naman sa silver honor. Silver honor. Hindi na medal. Hindi medal, kundi honor na lang. Ganun na lang po, your honor. Sabay ganun. Alright, so that's it mga kadipat. That wraps up our, that will do it for our live stream of Tamiya Mini Forward Drive Racing Action today here on DTL SMC Stock Motor Conference Season 2. And of course, Don Patrick D. Paraguila here for now signing off. And thank you so much. Thank you so much once again. So all who watched and whoever will watch anytime, and of course, as I remind everyone that to please like, follow, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, DPAT TV, Don Patrick Aguilar on YouTube, and on TikTok, it's at DPAT Tamiya League, on Facebook, that's DPAT Tamiya League, an evening with DPAT Aguilar, and DPAT Aguilar on Facebook as well. Alright, so once again, I remind everyone to stay safe and healthy, especially iwas po sa sakuna at sakit, yan. I remind everyone to stay safe, lalo na po sa mga nasalanta ng mga nagdaang bagyo at lindol. Yan. So, at iba pang mga natural disasters which will happen in the future. So, please be prepared as well. Dahil nga po, nakakatakot na po recently yung mga nangyayari po the past week. So, hopefully, yun ang, as I always remind, never forget to pray to God every day. Yan. Always be thankful to God every day. As always, to God be all the glory and honor. God bless all of us. God bless our beloved Maharlika nation, and God bless the entire world and all of us Filipinos across the globe. Once again, like I always remind each and every true Filipino across the globe, love the Philippines, mahalin po natin ang Pilipinas at sama-sama po tayong bumangmuli. At ipakita at ipagmalaki sa buong mundo, let's show the whole world that we are true Filipinos. Tayo po ay mga tunay na Pilipino in thoughts, words, and deeds, sa isip, sa salita, at sa gawa. And of course, isigaw natin ng malakas ang ating panalo. We shout out our victory to the world and taos puso with all our hearts, taas noo with our heads being held high, and kahit kanino sa mga manlulupig, hindi tayo pasisiil. Lakad matatag, anumang dilubyo ang dumaan. So once again, this has been another presentation of another Tamiya Mini Forward Drive Racing Action streamed live on DPAT TV, Don Patrick Aguilar on YouTube. Once again, this has been another presentation of DPAT's Tamiya League Stock Motor Conference Season 2. Once again, Don Patrick D. Aguilar here saying shukran to Sentak, and as well, magandang it's almost evening, but still late afternoon. So have a pleasant and blessed Monday to all of you. God bless always, everyone.